Welcome to the house that Rockney built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegan renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Set on first down. Handoff from the shotgun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Got it. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. And he'll...
The carry
to the first down, they'll mark it at the 35.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. From the gun, the running back has it. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Colin.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
The throw to the outside is complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Notre Dame lines up quickly. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They're trying to get to it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The give on the counter. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
I'll tell you, this defense and their front seven, they're going to have to play with great eye discipline because they know they are going to see this type of misdirection in their run game, and they got gashed there.
They'll throw it on first down. Wiggles free. Looking left. Makes a connection. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll take a shot. He's got it. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. The offense will have to use it. Out of the half.
Timeout, Stanford.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He's looking to throw. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. But listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on third and goal. Trying to run it in.
Well, I love the defense there. Backs against the wall on third down. You know you're going to see run. You're able to stuff it, and you send a little bit of a message. I know it's early in the game, and we know you're going to continue trying to run the football, but you are going to have to earn every inch you get.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it out. It's Kendricks. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Suddenly, after that last big play, they're on the move. 1st and 10 from the 44. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to move it through the air. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw your primary target like he was on that last one.
Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Now they'll run it on the toss. Plows through the defense. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter.
Stanford 3, Notre Dame 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On second down, he'll let it fly. Setting up the screen. Look out, he's got room. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
This is a running back that can hurt you, not just getting handoffs, but they use him in the passing game as well. They called the screen at the absolute perfect time, and it ends up being a touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. BYU was able to come away with the victory, but it was not the type of dominant win we've seen from the Cougars over the years. A win, yes, but this one lacked style points. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Feeling some heat. Takes a hit as he fired. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a camper.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like one, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
Oh, it's out! And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
They could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. He wants to throw here on second down. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. Makes the grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. Keeps it on the bootleg. Quarterback moving. He'll throw it. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB. From the gun, wants to pass. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone, inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're bringing heat. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Comes out throwing on first down. He finds his man. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Connection to the right. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Line getting set on second down. Quarterback keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Third down going up top. They're working that left side. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Try to get it on the ground. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Not even a moment of anxiety in that decision. 4th and 1? Yep, we're going.
Well, this isn't even a discussion in the headset. Like, this is automatic, autopilot. Like, 4th and 1, we're going for it every single time.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants it all. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. He was on target with his first kick, and this one ought to be easy from 20 yards away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Fourth down and goal from the 3. The playbook is pretty much wide open here. Snapped it in the shotgun. Trying to get to it. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
And that's a nice third down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together, get one of those long drives going.
Trying to move them on the counter.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. After the run, now to throw. He's right on target. Stopped after making the catch.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up second 5, third and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
On third and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Zings it complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. We didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job for him to.
This offense has a second down play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Stanford.
Here comes the offense on second down. The play action fake. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Blasted as he lets it go. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
They want to just keep throwing it. Catch in the middle. It's Henderson. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Just beautiful. And that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing the touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this. Way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Handoff to the lone back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Running to the left. Got room at the 35. He'll work his way down to the 28. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
Pocket starts to collapse. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He gets it up to the 35 before he's guided out of bounds. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, in every possession. And the quarterback is snowed under.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He makes the connection. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Thomas. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job. Understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground, and you're right, Reese. 4th and short. That means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Slips through the line. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Now that is a play that will get your sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. UTSA is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Alamo Dome, but they've struggled to really pull away. They're up by 10 over Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Henderson. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line. Stanford wants to push the pace. On second down, wants to throw it. Coming after him. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Great job up front on this pass rush. Defense in a dime personnel grouping. They've got 6 DBs on the field. They're expecting pass, so they're going to have to win with 4 guys. And they're 4-1. They got the job done.
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. He might be afraid to kick it to him here after the first punt was taken back to the house. Running it back, it's Wilson. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here come the Irish back on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, and it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. The quick out. Not down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Irish! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Handoff to the single running back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. With the clock running, this should be the final play. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Pressure coming. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one is gone. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team. Bragging rights now for him.
Bragging rights.